I man, I was supposed to go to the gym tonight, but I've been dragging all day and now it's raining and it won't stop raining and gonna have a rain check. I'm tired today. I just have no energy. No energy. So, I'm gonna cover two things here. I'm gonna cover two things. The jury is still out with the balloon pop guy. We don't know. I am not a lawyer, so we don't know. This is why what he's saying is he had to get a lawyer. He has a lawyer, whatever. They are negotiating his severance pay. There are some people that are saying that they are plumbers and he will not get severance pay. He's a liar. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a plumber. I don't know. So there are a lot of people in the comments. I won't say a lot. I've seen a couple of people say that I'm a plumber and this guy's a liar. That's what they're saying. So I don't know. They were saying, given his criminal record, and I remember I told you before that we had a brother on my job that was a felon, but he was a contractor. He was not an employee, and they just let him go, right? Because something that he was doing, I won't get into that, right? But he told me he was a felon, and they let him go, right? So there was no severance pay. Him being an electrician contractor, we have another electrician contractor that he was only given a 1 year contract. I don't know why they're doing it this way instead of just hiring him as a regular employee because they're always advertising to hire irregular electricians right off the street. So why this guy got a 1 year contract and then they turned around and then they extended it another year, he told me, but he's still not an employee. He's a contractor. So he's going to be 2 years as an electrician contractor. So I don't know. The jury is still out. We shall see. I am still sticking with my gut feeling that 90% he's a scammer. There are other people saying that he showed a card that said journeyman, and I saw people in the comments same thing. So many people in the comment section said that does not look like a journeyman's card because I am a plumber and I'm a journeyman. So we just don't know. We just don't know. That's where I'm at right now. We just don't know. We just don't know. So I just don't know what to say until this is put to bed. We just don't know. Now in this video was absolutely shocking. Just when you think you've seen it all, I done seen so many police shooting videos. I done seen S by cop videos. We've seen it all. When you thought that you've seen it all, this guy kneels on this guy's neck and sends him to the upper room. You thought that you've seen it all. In this video, that was a lie. I have never seen a cop. This cop pulled over a black guy for allegedly speeding. And then he tells a white cop, then he tells him that you actually have a warrant for your arrest on a weapons charge. He goes, really? He says, yeah, whatever. And so they arrest him. They get him out of the car. They're taking his property and they're counting his money, right? because that's still his property. They didn't try to do civil asset forfeiture, which I'm surprised that they didn't. Some states still do that, right? And then he's sitting there saying, if you're gonna count my money where I can see it in plain sight. He's like, this one officer is sitting in the car, allegedly handling my money, and he's saying over and over again, listen, this, he has to get out of the car if you're gonna count the money. He's like, I heard him pop. Uh, I don't know if it was a rubber band or the paper band that holds a stack of hundreds or whatever, right? He was like, I heard him do that. He kept going on and on and on. And they were trying to ignore him. And he stood up. He stood his ground. He was like, this guy is stealing my money. He said, he's like, no, sir. No, sir. No, sir. That's not true, sir. No, sir. Sir. This is not happening. He said, I know what you're doing. He said, I heard you pop the bands off of one of my money. Guess what? They found some of his money in the cop car in a what do they call that panel in the side of the car door? I can't remember. It's near the car handle. Some people throw their keys in that little panel right there. They found, I think it was $1,000 that he hid underneath some papers. They pulled him in the office, and this cop said, I am so sorry. I was shocked. I have never seen a cop admit that he's dirty, and this cop got arrested. This dirty pig got arrested, man. You got to understand that this happens a lot. This happens a lot. When I was a kid in New York City, they used to beat. I'm not saying all cops are dirty. The ones that we saw, they would do it in plain sight. They would do it in plain sight. They would grab these known drug dealers, put them under handcuffs, take out their money right in front of them, grab a nice wad, and then leave them some of it. And you would hear the guy say, "You really gonna do me like this, man? You really gonna do me like this?" They've been doing this for a long time. A lot of these cops all across the country are on the take, man. Come on. Come on, man. This is old news, man. I saw this when I was a kid. Man, you really gonna do me like this? And he'd be like, yo, shut up, man. Just shut up. He was like, I left you some. I saw this when I was a kid, but this guy admitted it. Matter of fact, let me see.
So the reason I started talking about how much a police officer makes when the video first started is because think about this. If you feel like you go to work every day and you feel like you're putting your life on the line, although we know that policing is not the most dangerous job in America, but if you believe you're putting your life on the line every single day and you're struggling to pay your bills, and these are just criminals that we're arresting, it won't hurt if I take a few bucks here, a few bucks there.
This is where me and this brother part company on this commentary, because his name is Abaya Israel, so he's probably an Israelite, and I'm cool with him on that. But let me explain something to you. I have never been law enforcement, but I know a lot of cops. And one thing, this brother, he was a former cop, so he should understand this. There is a certain thing called overtime. A lot of cops get a lot of overtime. There is a certain thing that a lot of cops do private security for other businesses all the time. They do this all the time. I used to work at a hotel where I live. I used to do maintenance at a hotel. They would hire the local cops to come on the weekend to walk the halls and do security in their cop uniform and their gun and everything. So, and I think they were paying them just a little under what they were making an hour. So these guys were always working. These guys were always working. And they do a lot of other events, either in their uniform or outside of their uniform. So these guys are making money. This whole nonsense, well, let me watch what I say. Let me just say it like this. I know a lot of cops that maybe on paper he may start off at 50,000 a year or 40,000 a year. But with all the overtime and with all of them doing events and being hired to do concerts, and these guys are easily clearing 100,000 a year. So, and somebody left in the comment section, they said he know this one cop that makes 300,000 a year. What do you think they do before they retire so that they can get a bigger retirement? All their departments allow them to do all this ridiculous amount of overtime so that they will be getting this amount. What did somebody tell me? If they clear X amount a year, let's say if their department gives them, a cop told me this. If I forget what agency he told me, if he gets a lot of overtime in his final year of working, that's what he's going to be getting as his pension for the rest of his life. That's what he told me. He said if he cleared 150,000 in his final year, he's going to be getting 150,000. It's something like that. So these cops are not poor. They're not poor. They are not poor. Look at the state police. Look at the New York State Police. What is it? They retire at 50 is mandatory or something like that. So if you give them 20 years of service, you're going to retire with a nice big fat pension for the rest of your life. These law enforcement officers are not poor. I don't know where they get this nonsense from. They are not poor. And this cop admitted it. I'm so sorry. What a dirty little pig. What a dirty little pig. And I'm happy that the brother, despite what he did, despite what he was arrested for, that ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm happy that the brother stood his ground. He was calm. He wasn't cursing. He was professional, and he called him out. He said, I hear that you're stealing from me. This needs to stop. Go look, go look. He stood his ground and he actually found the money. Mad respect to the brother. Mad respect.